Mister, let's talk about it. First off, I appreciate you doing this, bro.
Yeah,
Long,
no problem.
long, long time in the making. We didn't came across each other in content on social media. You know what I'm saying? This is we should have been did this. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you. First and foremost. Happy New Year. How's your family doing? How you doing?
Happy New Year, man. Everybody's great. Wife's great. I'm great. Like you said, just came back from CES, Las Vegas. So that gave me a huge shot in the arm and confidence. Ready to get back to work.
That I feel what was the best part of Vegas minus the convention? Because I love going to Vegas. Vegas is one of the spots where like if you know the city and you got some partners or something like that, you know what I'm saying, you can have a good time.
I ain't gonna lie, this time around, it was strictly business. I would say the best part is the sphere for me. Last year, my wife came with me, so we did the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam. So that was the best part last year. So that's really cool.
Nice, nice. All right. So what's places? Let's get some vibes going for a second. All
Okay.
right, y'all. Welcome to Dominating Impulse, Unfiltered Patreon. Mister, let's talk about it. So we finally, finally put together. I was so worried about doing Patreon exclusive content, and I had to go find some big boys who really know what they was talking about. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, I had to hit up you, I had to hit up my dog Wes. There's a couple other sleeper creators who are gonna be featured into this like unfiltered series that I kind of like impromptu started. It wasn't even on my bingo board, but like I just love podcasting so much, and I think more people should probably see this side of Impulse minus me just trying to push games. But the floor is yours, brothers. You know what I'm saying? Where would you like to start? Anywhere?
Yeah, you can just start from the top, man.
Hey, I tell the people who you are. How did
Oh,
let's
yeah.
talk about it start? Where did Nugget get his gaming inspiration from? How did you find passion in content creation? Anywhere. However you wanna go about it.
Yeah, man, I'll do my elevator pitch. So, what's good, everybody? My name is Nugget or Nug for short. I am the founder, producer, editor, all the things for YoNuggetGaaming. I'm a gaming journalist. I write for my own website, talkaboutgames.com, as well as Level One Gaming. How I got into content, man, I've been a gamer my whole life. Ever since I can remember, honestly, I've been playing a game. If it wasn't mine, it was someone else's, and so on and so forth. So I kind of always wanted to dive into this avenue, but like many people, my parents weren't going for that. You know, they really stressed education and they pushed education. So
We was
I,
born in the wrong era.
so I, uh, so I, went to college. Got a degree. And then after I graduated undergraduate with my bachelor's degree, I got into content creation because I finally had adult money. My initial taking it serious was around 2021. I got a PS5 and I was like, you know what, man? Like, if I'm gonna spend all this money and time for this PlayStation 5, I'm gonna start expanding my horizons. So I just jumped right in from there.
Feel that.
And yeah, from there, I mean, content creation, I said to a friend there needs to be a study on the pipeline from video games to full-blown content creation and videography, because that's the route I've pretty much taken. I've gone from gaming and streaming to wanting to take it up a notch. Now I got all these cameras, all these lights. Now I'm going to CES. Now I'm doing reviews on tech. I mean, it's just been a whole thing. So that's just
To play games anymore? I see you still
man,
go doing so much tech. Like, do you actually
man.
sit down and be like, I'm about to put 30 hours into, we'll just say like Ultra C, because I know you got some familiarity with that, you know?
Bro, honestly, the last game that I just dumped a bunch of hours in a short time was Ghost of Yotei. That game
Okay.
sucked me in, boss. That game just really like brought me in, and I was lost in that world. So I have like 70 some hours in Ghost of Yotei. After that, I went on a quest to kind of start finishing more games. Like I feel like you probably have the same problem as content creators. Sometimes we'll buy shit and not even play it or not get
We
around to it.
actually, we actually gonna get into that. We ain't gonna jump all over.
Okay, okay, okay.
See,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not to cut you off. I actually don't have that problem for a different reason. Like,
Okay.
I'm starting to develop the problem, but like at first I didn't have that problem for a different reason.
Yeah, I feel like I've been talking too much, man. Go ahead.
No, the foot. This is for your people, the world really just to see a different side of you, see a different side of me. I think we spend so much time. This is how you should look into games. This is how you should make highlight plays. And
Mhm.
I personally think when I first started this content journey, I always tell people I was a podcaster before a streamer. And then I was
Mhm.
just sitting in my car one day smoking, and I was like, you know what? I got all the equipment to be a streamer. Like maybe I should just try being a streamer. And that was like pre-Fortnite. I wasn't even playing
Mhm.
Fortnite until maybe like the peak. And then I started creating content for Fortnite, and then I tried to blend some of my Madden and football commentary over there. But like the podcast aspect, it's so funny to me because I always tell people if you do 100 podcasts, your real life will change. And I did 100 podcasts before I came into the streaming world. So it's like they kind of conflict a little bit for me. That's probably why like people like, oh, impulse, you a hater, or you got polarizing thoughts, or you know what I'm saying, this and that. Is just like, nah, I'm from the same neighborhood, but from a different set of rules. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely got polarizing thoughts, but that's why I mess
For
with you.
sure.
I
What you
I
think, brother?
uh, so I feel like I agree with a lot of your thoughts, and then even the ones I don't agree on, I still respect that you have an opinion, a
I
strong
appreciate
opinion,
that.
and that you march to the beat of your own drum. You don't really, jump on no trends or jump on no just waves. So like I said, I respect
Don't work for
people
me
who
even when I try to jump on the waves.
I
Like,
respect people who stick to themselves. So, like I said, even if I don't agree with some of your opinions on social media, I at least drop a like because I hear you out. Like, you know what, I respect where he coming from, and I think that goes a long way.
appreciate that, brother. I think as a one, as black men and creators, you can not like someone else's opinion and still rock with them. I think it's looked at as taboo now. Oh man, like you glazing this person or you riding this person too much. And it's like, nah, like I understand. Just like it's like I understand as a man, as a father, as a person, the time it takes to do what we do and the selfishness it acts. I forgot the creator I was talking to about a year ago, but I was like, the more I start to march down this creative path, I start to feel this invisible boulder that I carry because I'm a little bit selfish. And we do take time away from the fam, trips, games, reviews. It could be anything production wise. And I don't think the people who really, really love this even understand it. They just see it from a monetary transactional aspect. Yeah, I was just saying, I just think they see it from a monetary transactional aspect. They don't really love the grind. They don't really love
Don't
uh
get me in my soapbox.
that just
Um,
hey, this is why we're here. This is you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and I ain't even really got into the meat of the questions. It's just like
Okay.
I,
Okay.
I
My bad.
just
Go ahead.
no, I just feel your authenticity when you talk about your games. Like I don't really feel like some people when I've seen them on social media, I feel like they're selling me something or this is a paid advertisement, and
Mhm.
that's cool. I always tell people we live in a capitalistic society. It is your responsibility to make sure you do not die poor. It's not your it is not your fault if you're
Facts.
born poor, and I really live by that. So if you're being paid to push a game, push a brand, push some tech, push anything, if they're paying you, cool. You know what I'm saying? Because there could be so many other things you could do in life, but I've always felt your content because you're not doing that. Like you're real in your gameplay, you're real in what you're saying. Hell, even a couple weeks ago, me and you kind of had like I even had to text you like, hey man, I wasn't really trying to take shots at you. And I was like, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
babe.
yeah, I appreciate it because I definitely took that personal. I thought you was coming at me crazy.
And I had to sometimes check myself because it really wasn't personal, but I do think the hive mind has started to set in on this post-COVID content creation era. I
True.
know that was a mouthful right there, but if enough people don't like something, I feel bad for products now. Your product might be really good, and if enough people don't like it, it won't be liked, and that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
And that's where I feel like we agree and disagree because I agree with you on the hive mindset. I agree with you that people jump on hate trains, but I also think that in that same breath, it makes it hard for people to critique things because it's almost like you don't know what's real or what's legit and what's just hate and engagement bait, right?
Yeah.
So like I remember our discussion or our like little spat was Call of Duty. I've been playing Call of Duty since I was gaming. That was my main game for years, for like a decade. COD and 2K and like regular stuff everybody else was playing. Everybody
Ball and
was
shoot games.
the ball and shoot games, yeah, ball and shoot games, which I'll get into that. You're gonna have to get into that too. But yeah, basically, I started off playing COD, and to kind of see where it has gone, I'm a little disappointed. And I know you were saying, well, from basically their COD right now is appealing to their target audience, and so if you don't like what they're doing right now, you're not the target audience. And I had to take a step back and say, you know what? I'm no longer the target audience. I had my time with COD. It's the new era. It's the war zone. It's the, the competitive era. And that's no longer me. I still enjoy it on a casual front, but from like the front of the campaign and the zombies, I really feel like they dropped the ball there. But hey, I again, not to get back into that whole discussion, but that was kind of where we were differing at. And I agree with you. Like the high mindset kicks in, but also I feel like there has to be a balance in the criticism.
No, 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 that's facts. That's facts. I think personally, if you're criticizing something, you like it. I always say, like, if you really, really love something, you're passionate enough to criticize it because you
Mhm.
want it to be the best it can be.
Yeah.
So I realized a couple of years ago, I'm having the same problem. I don't even play Madden anymore like that. At least,
Mhm.
for content wise or on stream, I might just like shoot the shit or kill some time. But the same problem is going on with Madden where I'm not the demo. I might really, really love the NFL and really, really love football. They're not making the product for me anymore, and that's okay. And I always give people the perfect example of this, and it's crazy because we both probably seen that Disney fallout with not only the movies but with Battlefront. I think it was Battlefront 2, and people were
Yeah.
saying the game wasn't good. Now, if you flash forward to 2025, I think the early part, the first quarter, the pay to play model, they were before their time. Like they had a good product, and that's still a good game, they were before their time with the whole pay to play and the microtransactions. So it's like different eras and different people have been socially, I'm just gonna say programmed to accept different things. You think that's true? Like when it comes to this game isn't good, or hey, even this personal person of a creator, like I don't think people the whole premise of dominating impulse was to ask people, do you like what you really like, or is it a machine pushing you to like it or dislike?
I mean, that's life, man. Outside of gaming, I mean, in any avenue, people are kind of told what to do, how to think. That influence is real, entertainment is real. I think a lot of times it sounds like cliche, but you do have to be careful of what you ingest into your mind, what you allow to, because a lot of people don't realize that if you hear something over and over and over, it starts to become a natural, just subconscious thought, right? Like if you're hearing your favorite celebrities or your favorite creators talk about a certain alcohol, you're naturally going to start leaning towards that alcohol, especially like in our community, like Black community. For the longest, we had chokeholds on Hennessy and shit, Don Julio, and like all these different
Drizzo.
things. Yeah, like all these different things, and a lot of people didn't realize, okay, whatever everyone is talking about, that's what people are drinking, right? So like this year or 2025, cut waters came up. Everybody's talking about cut waters. It's all over TikTok. It's all over here. It's all over there. Everybody's drinking cut waters. They're selling out. That same thing applies to the video game. Everybody's talking about Arc Raiders, how phenomenal it is, and it is a great game. Now you seeing people, talking about Arc Raiders, or everyone's saying that PlayStation has no games. You keep hearing it over and over and over. Now it's the running joke. Nintendo games never go on sale. You keep hearing it over and over. And that now it's the thing. So I do think that just to bring it full circle, it happens in our niche, but it happens everywhere.
Right.
And I think people just got to be careful, and you got to kind of start getting into this to see what you like and what you enjoy. And also, too, man, the reason I think it's so bad now is because negativity is selling. I made a video on this not so long ago. Negativity,
For that video. That was a good
yeah,
video.
yeah, negativity, man. It's just it just go like if I make a video that's a hot take, or if I make a video saying something like we say polarizing, it's gonna do significantly better than just saying, "Hey, I like this thing, I want to share it." And I hate that because I'm at a crossroads to where it's like, I don't want to always be the guy with a hot take or always bashing on something. Like my video talking about how I hated this Call of Duty. I wasn't saying that to bait. I hated this Call of Duty. But that video got so many people eyes on it, so many people, and it's like, bruh, like, why is the world like this? I hate it. I hate it. Like, I made a video saying that the PS4 is the worst PlayStation. I'm getting comments on that video every day since I posted. It's been like 5 days every day. Somebody's commented on it. Granted, I
I like how you broke that down too. That from your ranking system, that probably would be the worst PlayStation from that logic.
but again, I felt like that. Like that was a genuine feeling. You know, I put it in a way to where people are like, oh, I gotta, this is bait. I gotta come back and talk on it. And it's like, why do I have to call something the worst as opposed to just coming out and say, hey, you know what? PS4 don't have nearly as many features as the rest of the PlayStation. Probably wouldn't did as well because it's just like, oh, he's just talking about features. I don't care. I'm playing PS5. But if I say, yo, this is the worst PlayStation we've gotten, now you're listening. And that's just how I go and I hate it. But that's why a lot of creators are doing what they're doing because that negativity is going to go. And now because like you said, everybody's getting paid and capitalism, if you're talking positive about something, it's going to come off as an ad. Oh well, it's going to come out as an ad.
He's glazing. He's glazing. We can't trust him.
It's because the creators at the top and the creators that came before us who were really getting up, like they burned people. They made people feel like, you know what, man, everybody trying to sell me something. Like anytime I'm a fan of Ubisoft. Granted, I'm one of their creators, but I genuinely like the games. So anytime I'm talking about one of their games and I'm liking it, Ubisoft paid them, get the bag, da 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 da. It's just like they sent me a free copy of the game, but I like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't talk about it. That's usually my rule of thumb.
Yeah, I've been kind of leaning more into if I don't like something, if it gives me a negative energy feeling, I just kind of stay away from it because I've
Mhm.
been every creator that I've talked to, and since I've started this series, I always tell them like Denzel say he don't watch movies, and that really struck a chord with me because they're like, you're one of the biggest and greatest actors ever, and you don't watch movies, and I'm like, that makes sense. I can't watch every creator. I like to be organically pulled to creators I like yourself, like my guy Wes, my guy 21. For it's a couple of guys who I probably would have not stumbled upon just like I stumbled upon on my own. It wasn't pushed, it wasn't forced.
It's crazy. Yeah, I know how to do this.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, just organically finding entertainment is fun for me because I feel like I'm from that era where I like, you can't sell me anything. I grew up watching infomercials and TV
Yeah.
ads, so I kinda know the verbiage and the mind games that people play when this is like, you just get the bag. "Hey, get your bag. I ain't hating on you," but it's like, that's really not my cup of tea, so I've always like, organic, like, I don't know, with everybody faking their streams and we fighting these AI bots and we fighting,
Mhm.
like you say, the people at the top who burn, what I'm saying, people. It makes sense for me not to follow people because I don't wanna, like you said, I don't wanna consume the wrong things because then you start to get the wrong emotions, bitterness, jealousy, you start to move with a little bit of envy, like, things that are just not healthy for a creator or a creative
Yeah.
process. Man, you was cooking right there. Let's get into some of this heat. Fuck it. Let's get into some of the heat. Ball and shoot. We might as well get kicked the door down. The ball and shoot movement that took over the last part of 2025. What are your thoughts on it? Why do you feel like it's so polarizing? At the time of us doing this recording, I turned on my PlayStation and I said, the problem isn't the ball and shoot games. It's like Call of Duty is damn near 400 gigs. I got 11 games downloaded right now that are just because I erased Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how about we don't attack the ball and shoot gamers? Because one, you don't get to control how big your game is. And then two, if you choose said niche, like, yo, this is what I want to do. You don't even got time with the battle pass and the microtransactions and the movement of metas. You don't even have time to play other games if you want to stay competitive. So that's always been my thought on the ball of shooting players. But there's a difference between the games you play and the content you make. And I don't think people really understand it. They're like, "Oh, you a ball and shoot gamer? All right, well, cool. I'll accept that title."
So the ball and shoot thing is funny because I think it's gotten a little out of hand and the creator of it, Black Hokage, his initial thought process is like, and he explained this. If you're somebody who just plays ball and shoot games or Call of Duty or 2K and those are your favorite games and that's all you do, he's not talking to you. He's talking about like the creator, like the Warzone guys, the Nick Mercs, the guys who are only playing like Call of Duty and or FIFA or Madden. And then at the end of the year, when Game of the Year comes out, they're like, "Yo, what's up with this stupid shit winning Game of the Year? I never heard of that." And so I think it has gone from it's lost the context and the nuance. Yeah, it's funny, and people are just saying ball and shoot. We're or he's aiming that at a specific person who's you're only playing your game, and then you're trying to critique things that you haven't played. And I think that part got lost in translation. So I'm not mad at the initial how it started. I do think it's just kind of drug on. I'm somebody who, was a ball and shoot guy for a long time. And it was because when I was coming up, I wasn't getting games all year round. I got games twice, birthday, Christmas. So naturally, I had to get something that lasted. Because if I got a single player game, once I beat it, I'm like, yo, can I get another game? Nah, you better beat it again. So what did I play? I played Call of Duty. I played 2K. Those are two games that I could play online with my buddies from school. And those games, if I bought them in October or November, they used to come out, they would last me until the following October and November. And so I was in that for a long time. It wasn't until I got in college and after college where it's like, okay, I want to expand because I have the money to expand. And so,
I got them adult chips.
yeah, you got adult money. Now you can start expanding. And I started, getting into more stuff. But I don't have a real issue with ball and shoot gamers because I think that it's really realistic. And I think that sometimes gamers, we forget how niche this shit is. Like a lot of these people forget that gaming is it's more popular than ever, but it's still niche as fuck. Like it's most people, and again, if you don't have a diverse circle, you wouldn't know. Most of my circle is not deep into games like me. So I usually use them as like a gauge. And most of them are playing the typical COD, the typical, COD, 2K, Madden, college football.
Yeah.
Maybe FIFA is stepping out a bit for them, but they starting to get into that stuff like Marvel Rivals that's free to play. They might dabble here and there, but the average person is still very much playing these type of games. And so sometimes when people come in and have opinions in the gaming space, gamers get so mad and like they get so condescending and so defensive. Like, man, you need to expand your horizons. Well, everybody's not really here to expand the horizons. It's everyone doesn't want to do that. And back in the day, ball and shoot gamers had so much variety, you could expand and get different experiences without leaving your niche.
The shoot gamers, whoever worked at those studios, the developers or the software engineers, they probably expanded their horizons and went to other projects. Ball and shoot
Nah,
gamers used
what
to be so
happened?
deep. They used to have so
They all
much
got
depth.
bought up. They all got so like you used to have like Midway Studios who usually like
Game
NBA
day, I believe.
Ballers.
Yeah,
Uh
NBA Ballers and Game Day.
And they got bought, and so basically, taken off. EA Sports Big, that team, they used to do like the NBA Street, NFL Streets, they got bought up. Who else? Who else? Who else? I'm missing somebody. I'm missing some other, but like though, like basically, we used to have a bunch of arcade-ish sport games. ESPN used to make a football game. 2K
Yeah.
used to make a football game. And so what happened is all these smaller studios got bought up into like these bigger studios, and then they shelf them. Like you might get bought up by Xbox or PlayStation or whoever, and then say, okay, well, we bought up your studio. We want y'all to go work on our big project. We're gonna put all y'all to work on our big stuff. And like now you got all these dead studios, and it's unfortunate. But like you said, we used to have a lot of variety in the ball and shoot genre. You used to have multiple football experiences, street, regular, college, random. Like you used to have multiple basketball experiences, multiple gun experiences, multiple GTA experiences. Now you fast forward to you got one GTA and it's being held hostage for over a decade. You got one football game, it's Madden. You got one basketball game, it's 2K. And so when people are saying, well, the ball and shoot people are saying that gaming is dead or it's not hitting the same, for them, it's not. They don't have anything anymore. And
Yeah.
so they're saying, hey, I don't say they don't have the word. they don't know how to put it in a way that the nerds will get. But what they're saying is my niche has been drained and monopolized into just 3 games, and y'all are telling me to go fucking play Elden Ring.
I seen somebody break down between 2023 and 2025, going into 2026, the top 5 games that are played, and it was the same games: Call of Duty, Fortnite, Minecraft, um, what was that? Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah,
Mhm.
I got the other one. It might have been GTA 5.
GTA,
Yeah,
always.
it definitely was GTA. So it's like you're saying, if those are the only thing that's being pushed by the media space, and then we're not even gonna get started on non-streamers, but you're a streamer, if you're like, this is what people are playing. Like you said, my non-gaming friends talk about this, so this must be what we should do. And I think to close the ball and shoot part, I just think the people who make content, they kinda know better, because it's like, I'll defend the Nick Merckx point, because I kinda feel that point. Who's to say I wanna play Elden Ring? Who's to say I wanna play Baldur's Gate? I actually love Final Fantasy. The last couple of ones been misses for me. Like, who's to say I want to play these games, and then people say, "Well, you're not experiencing gaming." Now, I will say my PC costs a little bit of money. This PlayStation costs a little bit of money. I didn't spend all this money to play one game. I feel y'all there. But that doesn't mean just because I play Elden Ring, I'm experiencing elite gaming, because that's subjective person to person. Me and you might go
100%.
to the same steakhouse and get the same Kobe or New York strip and get two
Mhm.
very different experiences. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
I'm with you 100%.
it's just like, man, don't hate on the ball and shoot gamers, because I come from a place in my content career of, you've seen lurking, and as we started to, engage with each other, I've been persecuted for the ball and shoot. Oh, you playing Madden? You trying to stream Madden? Yeah, because to make it to the MCS, the Madden competitive series where you win millions of dollars, shout out to Henry, who's won 8 of them, you kinda gotta play the game. You gotta interact with other Madden players. You gotta learn, like, if anybody's played Ultimate Team, you gotta figure out how to break this game,
Mhm. Yep.
essentially. So it's like, don't hate on people for what they're trying to do with their career, because it's not even just gaming. Like, people are doing certain things in their career to get to certain points. And I just think, if you're a Mad player, you're a 2K player. Okay, well, just because I play Call of Duty, or you playing Final Fantasy or Elden Ring or God of War, that doesn't mean that you're a better
Yeah.
gamer than me. We're just having two different
Too different.
experiences, and we're supposed to
100%.
be friends. This shit was supposed to connect us. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
gaming was cool when it wasn't cool. That's just my personal opinion. Let me let me ask you, when did you have a rookie moment, a crash course in this contest space?
What you
Like
mean?
like you started to get a little success, probably started to make a little money, started to feel, okay, this is what people like from me to create. But when did you like get into a situation where you was like, I'm still a rookie here, and it's a lot to learn?
Oh, when I hit 1,000,000 views on TikTok for the first time. Um, I started off in the TikTok space before. Let's talk about it. Before all of that, I was just posting random clips of video games, and then I started posting little skits of like video game s things. So, like different trending sounds back in the day, like 2020,
Yeah.
2021, 2022. Find a trending sound, make it about a video game thing, and then do that. And so back then, I thought that going viral was the answer, right? I thought that that would be the that was the finish line. And so I had a video hit 1,000,000 views, and I was like so happy. I had um celebrities and different brands and companies commenting. I thought I had made it. And then you post again, and then it's back to regular, or you post again and it doesn't
Okay.
do the same, or you or
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
or you DM the brands that commented and they don't respond. They're not really trying to give you a brand deal. They're just, commenting for whatever reason, maybe for more exposure, whatever. And so that's kind of where I had the realization that virality isn't the answer. Um, it's not going to get you anywhere long term. And so that was my first Ricky moment. Took me a while to kind of figure out what I wanted to do because I hit a wall. I didn't know what the hell
We all gonna hit that wall.
oh, for sure, and
We
for
all gonna
me,
hit that wall.
not only was I frustrated, but another thing about going viral and stuff is, like, on TikTok, it's trend based, so people will steal your entire skit, redo it word for word verbatim, and, "Oh, I'm just
Yeah, all the
on the
views.
TikTok trend." Yeah, well, not even get all the views. They just steal it. Like, I know so back then, I would scroll sounds and make sure nobody did anything with gaming for it. I'll be the first person to do it in the gaming niche, or one of the first, right? I would do something funny in the gaming niche, and then other people would just take it and do it. And even if they didn't get more views than me, they might get way less. It was just like, damn, like no one cared. No one cares. There was nothing original about nobody knew who Nug was. Nobody knew what my voice sounded like. And so I took a break. I repivoted, and I was like, you know what? I want to be able to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about without being stuck to like a closed niche. So I came up with the let's talk about it because it allows me to talk about whatever. And then I still put let's talk about it in there. So it's still consistent. Granted, sometimes you still have to niche down, but within, like, I can expand to all things in gaming and all things in tech under let's talk about it. And it's still consistent. So that was like my rookie moment that caused me to pivot into let's talk about it. And then when I hit let's talk about it, I had another rookie moment. Sorry, this is getting long.
No,
My
you good.
second, my second rookie moment in TikTok is when I went viral again. And I was like, you know what? When I go viral for let's talk about it, that's it. That's the one. So I was determined that this let's talk about it thing was going to work. So I did it for like, I don't know, 100 or so video. I just kept posting for days and days and days. And finally one took off. It took off and I got like 2, 3 million views. And at the time, TikTok was doing creativity. Yeah, they were doing the creativity beta program so that they were paying you per 1,000 views. And so I was like, okay, that's a nice little check. Well, I did that, and of that, I think 2, 3 million, I got like $1,300, which is great. But what I saw in the fine print was only certain views count for the views. So so like
It
if
was retweeted, if you was stitched or
like
yeah,
it so
share views.
your video had to be over a minute, which I thankfully hit that, but it had to be stuff on the For You page. None of your followers' views counted, right? None of your views from somebody sending it somebody like there was all these stipulations. And then on top of that, they were paying at that time a dollar something per thousand views. After I hit that 3 million, for no reason at all, my shit dropped from a dollar per thousand to like 60, 70 cents per thousand. And I was like, yeah. And so at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking, I done made it. I'm thinking, okay, I can keep making these videos over a minute long and I can just run it up with TikTok. And when that happened, I said, yeah, I see the writing on the wall. This was 2 years ago. This was 2.5 years ago. So I got into the program when it was in beta, and I was out of the program before it even left beta because I said, fuck this. Like I'm making my videos unnaturally long, so they're over a minute long, so they're dragging, and people are dipping off because I'm trying to force it to get to a minute to get that money. And y'all are moving the goalpost on what qualifies me to be paid. So that is kind of how I got to where I am now of my second Ricky moment of, all right, like stop chasing the money, start chasing what you care about, enjoy the process, and everything else to kind of work itself out. I'm not getting a bunch of money now. I'm really not getting paid hardly at all. But I do feel like I'm in a much better place with my content because I stopped focusing on that bread and on that money. And it was an important lesson for me to kind of focus on what you enjoy and not so much on the extra stuff that come along with it, because that stuff is here today, gone tomorrow. If you get on TikTok right now, there are a lot of people complaining about how it doesn't pay because the same thing that happened to me is happening to a lot more people because it's oversaturated.
I say my TikTok been broke since I think like right before like my whole account. I don't even know why I still post on there anymore. Maybe it's the rhetoric of still posting. But I think the TikTok ban sunk my account because I was still doing like Call of Duty tips and Madden tutorial videos, and I probably get like a good day for me in a video, a couple thousand, maybe five, maybe seven. I think I got a couple like tutorial videos that hit like a quarter mil, shit like that. But then it's just like they just don't push the videos no more. I don't even know. Like I haven't been flagged. I ain't been reported. Like nothing. It's just like
What
whatever they
is
want to do with the app, Impulse's content doesn't want to be there.
there's multiple reasons, but I think one of the main ones is saturation, and people are changing. When TikTok first came out, everybody was getting a lot of followers really, really fast as long as you were consistent because people thought it was like other apps, you know? If I like you, I follow you, I see you more. We then realized that with TikTok, by following you, I may not see you anymore. And everything is scroll 5 second, 5 second, five. So the follower, for one, changed. Now everybody's creating. So the bar has changed. Now, you, like you said, you got all the algorithm. The algorithms are trying to get so much smarter. I made a video about this. The algorithms have changed. Like it
That
used to
part.
be, if you seen a friend, everybody be like and comment, like and comment. The bots are smarter. Now they don't care. Like if I see dominating impulse and I like your video and I swipe, you might see that Nug liked it, but if I didn't watch it, it's almost hurting you. It's not helping anything. Versus if I see dominating impulse and I watch your video fully through once, maybe even twice if I'm feeling good, I'm gonna see you again within my next 24 hours. I've tested this myself. Like it's
Okay.
it's a real thing. And so all of those changes, plus everybody's trying to create, everybody's trying to do it. We just got to change how we break through the noise. And then also TikTok is just it it's different, man. It's one of the few. I think the thing that makes it great also makes it ass. The
Think
thing
that
that makes
lost.
it great, the thing that makes it great is every post is unique. Every post is treated as its own post with a chance to, blow up. But that makes it ass because all of the stuff that you've built and that you've gained means nothing. Like I know people with millions of followers or hundreds of thousands of followers, and they're getting less views than me sometimes. And it's random.
I was telling somebody, it's kind of funny, but shit, this is all filtered. I'm probably the only person I know that posts every day and loses followers. It could be people are falling off. I don't know what it is, but it's like I think TikTok lost its sauce, one with the server migration of the shutdown or whatever that was. And then two is like the same thing that happened with the fall off of Facebook, the randomization, especially from the people you follow, but just the
Mhm.
randomization, they just took that away. And I was telling people this like before I really start locking in on TikTok and some of the other platforms is they can't have all these people getting rich off the internet. Call it what y'all want, but there is a cost to that. There is a changing of
Yep.
psychological effect. There's a changing of social effect. That's probably why people don't even go out pretty much anymore. There's the elimination of third spaces. I say that like at least 10 times a week and whoever I'm talking to, because there used to be a time when you can congregate and socialize after work. Even if you're not a drinker, even if this isn't cocktails, like third spaces are needed. And it's like
I
TikTok had that and then they lost it.
Mhm. They definitely lost it. I don't think it was the server migration. I think it was before then. Like I said, this happened to me 2 years before. What it really is, like you said, oversaturate. Everybody was chasing the dollar. It was a gold rush. And like every gold rush, is cool and then that bubble pop. We all rush to do something and then it run out. Then you gotta shift, you gotta pivot. I tell everybody who come to me about being a content creator, bro, if you don't love this shit, like don't do it.
Hey man,
It's not for you, bro.
you and Les said the same thing word for word. And
Yeah.
and I'll tell people, some people have asked me, like, I really appreciate you still. Like I might be working or scrolling and I might see a dominating impulse video or I might pop in your stream and see you going off on somebody. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate you. I don't want to be known for like rage moments, but I'm one of the few people I know who've been doing it this long, who ain't got no brand deals, who hasn't made partner. And I really do it for the love of the game because I love content creation. I love creating and editing and writing and putting together sets and matching lighting and angles and all that. It's like we ain't even talked about putting a controller in my hand yet. That's how much I love content creation. And like you really hit it on the head to do this. it changes you as a person a little bit. It changes how you
Mhm.
see the public. It changes how you see the world. So you really do have to love it.
Yeah, I see you talk about that all the time. I don't agree, but I get where you're coming from. Like you always talk about like people you know and people supporting. I used to be like that, but then I kind of deviate away from that. But I can see the sentiment.
Uh, I've actually maybe I've grown. I don't know. I've kind of released myself. Like, if you want to support, cool. If you don't,
Good,
cool.
good.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I
I'm glad
think
you're there.
because I was telling somebody, it's like I test apps, algorithms. There's no way you can see me in real life every day and you've never watched or clicked on a video because every day when my wife walks in the door, probably 10 minutes after she walk in the door, she'll start getting bombarded with my videos because maybe she been at work all day or she ain't scrolled. You know what I'm saying? You start putting together how these apps work. So then it's just like, okay, I'm not gonna hold it personal in real life that you just don't like my content. That just might not be for you. So I don't think you can hold it personal that for my career
Exactly.
that I need to move and communicate and handle you different because I don't want to be mean or angry or bitter, but this is what's best for my career. So I can be presented in the best light to maybe somebody want to help me get some money, you know? So I have released myself from that, but like that came with growth. That came with a lot of growth, a
Yeah,
lot of anger, a lot of
sure.
dark days alone. Uh
I I've been there. I so when I first started, bro, man, every time I went live, every time I posted a TikTok, man, I sent it to my wife, my homeboys, my line brothers, my like I'm sending it to every goddamn body, bro. Like, check me out, check me out, check me out. And I used to get so mad, like, all these people doing all this other stuff, or people asking me to come play the game, but they ain't watching my stream, watching my videos, so they come into my stream. And I used to think, why aren't they supporting me? Why aren't they and then it I think what changed for me is I had some resemblance of success. And then I realized, you know what? Not only do I get it now, but I actually like that y'all don't support me. And it sounds so crazy. But like
no, it don't. It makes perfect
I
sense.
I I prefer that people in real life kind of let me have my thing. Like I get to be, YoNuggetGaaming on the internet, and I get to, let's talk about it. And I love that my regular friends and family, they don't really know what the fuck I got going on. So when I sign out and I log out, I'm logged. I'm just Nug. I'm just
Yeah.
hitting you with the homies. And I prefer, and like I told you, like I did the research, like I've noticed too, when you send this stuff to somebody, if they just liking it and moving on, it's not even helping you any damn way. So I think once I started to have some sort of success, it became like hey, if you see me, you see me. If you don't, I don't look at you no different. Like it does not hurt me one bit. And it's just like finding your type of tribe of people who do like your stuff, like in this space. But I agree with you. I don't treat folks different. Like now, if I have a post that I think that a friend will be interested in, or it's about a game that they asked me about or something like that, I'll shoot it over to them. But for the most part, it's like if you see it, you see it. If not, cool. And I think that came with just some of the growth and like you having a couple posts do very well, and like you start getting like a couple of brands reaching out to you. You realize, you know what, I'm doing the damn thing with those who are here. And so I'm glad that you got to that point too, man. Because you was scaring me because I was like, man, like there are so many factors that go into people seeing or not seeing your content. I mean, it could be, again, this is all algorithmic, so it's random as hell. Everybody on for you, so they can't see the following. They might not be interested. They might have something to go. Like, I mean, it's so many things to where it's like you
It's
can't even. You'll lose your mind. Like I know a lot of creators.
I have lost my mind a little bit.
There are a lot of people who will clutter and stuff, and you got to realize, man, fuck who not there. Worry about
Look,
who's there.
look, did I think you hitting it on the head with that. I think what made me lose my mind and what drove me to that madness and how I grew and released it. Uh, I know you've seen these. This is what I call social media scammers, and I don't hate them because they are part of capitalism. With any boom and success of an industry, there's a sub industry that's birthed right underneath it. In anything, it always will be. In the gold rush, you made more money selling shovels than actually going to look for the gold
It's a
or
fact.
buckets or nets or whatever. So I don't really hate them. I think what I hate, and I think the question that needs to be answered by more of us creators, because we're the ones who are dying with every project, living and dying with every project and rejection and trying to figure it out in the trial and error. We're actually making the content. I really hate when somebody can sit right here in the video and be like, okay, if your video isn't doing good, you just need to make better content. Or if you do these 3 things, you'll grow 10,000 followers, dog. If everybody did that, everybody would have 10,000 followers.
Oh, okay. I
You know what I'm
was wondering
saying?
you was so you talk about them fucking bro, I hate them people. I tweeted about them 3 weeks ago, like, can we
Those
please
people,
leave them in 2020? Like, those people who only go viral by telling you how to go viral, you look at the rest
yeah,
of their content,
yeah.
it should be trash. Like,
I don't
I'm
hate
here
them.
to
I don't
I hate
hate
'em.
you if you're an agency. I really don't. And I
I hate
don't
'em.
hate you if you making money. I don't like it, but I don't hate you. What I hate is you're not doing the trial and error of actually making content as a creator. Hey, Madden wasn't hitting for impulse. What I do? Go switch to another game. Oh, that game didn't hit. Go switch to another game. Oh, none of those games hit. How about we pause the games and go do some offline videos? Oh, those are starting to hit. So now, you know what I'm saying? That you trial and error
I'm
things.
a
Y'all just saying,
exactly.
yo, y'all just say, hey, if you do this and you do these type of things, you'll get
There's no
10,000 followers. It's like that, and people telling me to make better content drove me, I'm gonna say, made me walk down the path maybe that I shouldn't have walked down, but I think I came out better walking down the path. I learned a lot, learned about myself, gained some skills. Probably wouldn't have do it twice just because of the pain, the money, uh, the bitterness that probably was projected from me, but just avoiding those people, I think what drove me crazy and had me really questioning, like, damn, am I really made for this content thing? Because I've seen people come after me blow up continually. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I've seen people start streams last week and I see their numbers. I'm like, are they faking their streams or are they really like making this level of content? Like, I really don't know. Like,
That's why I say you gotta
but
love
hey,
it.
if Drake is making an album, I don't care if Drake is making an album because we still got our studio time booked with these engineers and we're gonna make the music we want to make.
Exactly, bro. Like if you don't love it, you won't make it. And the secret to content creation is mental. It's not quitting. The secret to content creation is consistency and treating it like you want to make it. I'm somebody, I'm not even famous or anything, but I didn't see the highest of highs. I didn't see the millions. I didn't see the lowest of lows. I didn't been paid. I didn't been dropped from being paid. One thing stays consistent is that I love what I do. I was playing games before. I'm gonna play games after. So it's like my life does not change. And that's what keeps me going because everything else I would have been quit. Like you said, you're gonna be in this game and you're gonna have somebody who's gonna start and in 1 year they're gonna blow up. I'm guaranteed there's somebody that you and I know who finna start today, and in 2027, they're gonna be posting on TikTok, say, y'all, like, I can't thank y'all enough for, all these followers. I got 200,000 followers just from posting on social. Post the content, just post it. And if you're not content or you're not happy or you're not, in a good place, it's gonna piss you the fuck off.
I ain't gonna
Let's
lie. I see stuff like that and it do piss me off, but then it put a battery in my back, go back to work.
go back to work, and that's how you gotta be.
As Nick Saban said, if you up 14 or you down 14, you still gotta go to work.
Process don't change. Same as
I
my
say
guy.
I've been living in my process. Like I was
Yes,
telling
sir.
Wes in the pod we did, I don't even measure the individual results anymore. Cause then I'll get mad. I'll be like, okay, in a week that I upload 35 clips, cause I said I was gonna upload 35 clips. All 35 might not be good clips. I try to always upload more so talking points than highlights. So, hey, oh damn, he be talking about this in the stream. Maybe pull up his streams. But I try to live in the process. So it's like, yeah, people are gonna blow up and people are gonna fall off, but you really gotta love it to stay instantly. It's like now I'm starting to understand
Now it's making sense
artists
to you, bro.
and
Uh-huh.
actors and different levels of people in entertainment, athletes, like, nah, I don't do this because it'll really consume you. Like this edition of this podcast is on a paywall, but I give away so much of myself freely. People have no idea how much I love this. So like it will consume you. So it's certain parts of, you know what I'm saying? This gives you my next question, like what's your rituals? But there's certain parts where I told myself in 2024 I was not gonna be locked into this desk and I was not gonna always be trying to edit or get scripts out. It's like, all right, it's a couple of days, it's 48 hours. I might not even walk near this PlayStation or this computer. I'm just chilling. I'm just impulse, you know what I'm saying? I'm with the family, I'm with the homies. So like what's some of your rituals that keep you grounded and creatively sparked so you like you don't feel like the content is stale or you're just going through the motions? That's one of the reasons I started this. I needed that catalyst to not feel like, hey, all right, wake up, research, edit, stream, repeat. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, bro, I don't have nothing to, I guess, keep me grounded outside of just logging off sometimes. But right now, my current era, I'm just about consistency. So I just made a promise to myself starting in September 2025 that I was just going to post daily or as consistent as possible. So some days I posted once, some days I posted twice, sometimes it was three, four, whatever the case may be, staying consistent. And I did that as like a goal to myself and a promise to myself, but also it's because that is the only thing that is guaranteed to work is consistency. So that's my current ritual to ground my content is consistency. Obviously, I've thought about switching things up. I've thought about tweaking things, and I will here and there. But the best ritual you can have is be consistent, post consistently. Mr. Beast, said it best. He was like, everybody wants to, ask about how to do this, how to do that. Post 100 videos and improve something each time. And I did that for short form videos. And what I found is that if you're consistent, that you'll see things. Now, obviously, it's not going to boom, it's not going to blow up, but just by me posting consistently from September until like December, that was like 100 some videos, and I saw a boom in subs on YouTube to almost 1,000. It's not a major
Nice.
number, but it's something. I'm starting to see a couple more brands start to reach out. Starting to get some more free gear for some stuff, and so I think that the most important thing and the thing that I think y'all should take away from this is that there's nothing that you can do in this space that's going to replace the work. There's nothing nobody can tell you. There's nothing anybody can do other than watch you work. Or like you're saying, hey, I'm not doing well on TikTok, or hey, I'm doing. I don't even think that you should change up your content. Hey, what I would say, keep posting. Was 100 times post consistently, and then slowly but surely, like you said you've been doing, you look at your work over 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And when you do that, you'll come back and you'll say, okay, over the last 30 days, I gained boom, boom, boom. Over the last 60 days, I gained boom, boom, boom. Okay, this video did well. Why this video did well? Let me hone in on the ones that did well out of 100, because now you got a sample size. And so that is what I would say. And that's been my ritual: consistency. That is, it sound cliche, it sounds stupid, it sounds the same, but I promise you, that's the only thing that can work, because like we said earlier, there are so many people who are gonna feed you bullshit. There's so many people who are gonna tell you to do something random and stupid. It don't matter. You gotta
I
figure
don't
out what
even
worked for
listen.
you.
I'm not saying I don't listen to people who aren't creatives, but I kind of only listen to people who creatives at this point because I put myself. There was a creator. I'll unpack it. So there was a creator that I was cool
One
with.
second, I can hear you though. 1 second. Hold on. You
That
keep going. I can hear
creator, that was a creator I was cool with. I'll say we started our transactional friendship maybe like I'll say around this time last year. Maybe it was about a year ago, and taught me some things. Taught me self-hosting bots. Taught me how to level up my content, how to make it look better and positionally sound better. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But the reason why I think people might not see, or maybe they do see impulse a certain way, is I have been burned by people who judge from afar.
you.
So let's just say like I might insult your favorite streamer. We'll use Mr. Beast because he's already been brought up in conversation. I like Mr. Beast. I focus a lot of my content just like Mr. Beast as well, at least the early parts. Um, let's say I insult Mr. Beast and you don't like that, and you have my number. And instead of reaching out to me, "Hey, Impulse, I really don't like how you handled that online situation with Mr. Beast." That didn't happen. Getting rejected, getting blocked out from a community is like, certain people, they
That's
might
weird.
not there's certain people who might not even comment on my stuff, but they'll ask me questions privately, and I used to take that personally, like, "Why don't you ask this publicly?" But, hey, maybe you don't feel, comfortable, but
Yeah.
so it's like, I just kind of vet who I listen to because I was in a weird space of people making me feel really bad for trying to be an MCS creator where there are young kids who get to play Madden all day, and it's like, all right, that's cool. I ain't got no prize picks link. I don't get nothing from none of these brands. I still go to work. I do it off the cuff and still take care of my household. So I never really thought consistency was my issue, but I do think we're in that post-streamer era, that post-COVID era where it's like the whole you are what your reputation is a little bit, and if enough people think you're cool or not cool, they'll kinda gravitate to that. Me personally, I don't care one way or another. I just kinda see how like, every era of streaming is just so different, and I think that's the era we in via with the success of the IRL kids and some of the other VTubers and just stuff like that. It's like you said earlier in the pod, kinda get rewarded for being negative a little bit, and I've been living my life like Robert Smith. If I can't scale it up, I'm not gonna do it. If it's not sustainable for me, I'm not gonna do it. So some people really might like the villain impulse. Me, I'm more of a Vegeta, I'm more of an anti-hero. I'm gonna do what suits me at that time and maybe leave my friends and family at that time. So I was gonna be me first. And I don't feel like I'm wrong for that. That that is a long way to say I just don't listen to people who not streamers, bro, because those people don't really know what they talking about. They don't know the mental health issues we went through. They don't know the very highs and and them lows. They don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, you gotta be careful what you bring in, and you gotta keep your circles kind of tight, man. I don't talk to a whole lot of people. Not not saying that I'm like antisocial or anything, but I view content creation as kind of work, and I treat a lot of other creators as coworkers, and that's
Can I
not a knock. That's not
can I
a knock
say
to them.
can I
Yeah,
say
go
one
ahead.
thing to not cut you off when I scheduled this pod with you? And I've always ran dominated impulse like this is Warner Brothers, and there's certain times of day where I send texts and calls and emails, and I might not check them until the next day because I'm doing 50 different things. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And what I really, really appreciate about you when you took this song, you said you hit it on the head. This is a job. So just because I'm sitting here and I'm not gaming or editing doesn't mean that I'm not working. So you was like, all right, we're gonna do it at this time. Like I'm open between this time. Like just the professionalism of knowing that of what we do. Like this is a job. We ain't even
Yeah,
always got to be talking video games or in Discords. Like this is work. And I've always said ain't nobody gonna give me a six-figure check for just playing video games, but you will give me a six-figure check if I build a network that happens to have some video games. So
yeah.
it is a job.
It's a job, and I say that to say I treat a lot of content creators like coworkers. And that's how you have to kind of be. Sometimes you got to do your job and go home. It doesn't mean I don't like people or I talk to people, but I can't put everybody into my close circle because people have ulterior motives, and I'll talk with anybody, I'll cool with anybody, but more often than not, I try to keep it, very professional because I've seen a lot of people in this space of like streaming and content creators. Sometimes they let it get too high schoolish, too messy, too,
Facts.
emotional,
Yeah.
too, oh, I thought you were my friend. I don't like this person. I don't have time for that, bro. Like I'm here to create content. I ain't choosing no sides. I ain't like I'm creating. I'm rocking with pretty much everybody, and then I'm going home. Because that's how you got to treat it, man. That's the best way for your mental.
I think I had to retool myself because a lot of people don't know. Like I say, I started podcasting first, so I've always had like the podcast gear first, but I kind of had to learn streaming on the fly, and I was always going live off my PS4 at the PS4 cam and stuff like that, and then upgraded to the PC. Still playing Madden though. And I always thought you create people say, "When you stream, you don't chase the money, you chase the community." Okay, well, if we unpack that statement, what happens when the community or people reject what you trying to push? Because I always thought, like you say, I'm cool with everybody. It don't matter what I play. You cool because I want to rock with Nugget. What you got going on today? What tech did you discover this week, bro? You know what I'm saying? What adventure happened on your side of the place we call Earth? You know what I'm saying? Instead of, oh, he playing Madden, I can't fuck with it. Because if that's
So
never happened to you, you wouldn't have some of the opinions like Impulse. You don't run this. Remember, I was going straight off the console before the integration of Discord and console.
mhm.
It wasn't possible for me. Okay, you reject me because I ain't on Discord. And hey, I ain't saying you wrong because that's how you want to use your communication tool. What I'm saying is don't get mad at me or shun me or look at me or treat me a certain way because that's how you want to rock. And people have.
Yeah.
So, like you say, they are coworkers. Let me ask you a
Okay.
question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a hard hitting question. I've always wondered, and your let's talk about it. One, how did you come up with the suit? And two, what is your favorite taco combination? Like, it doesn't matter. There are no right and wrongs, but I've always wondered because it's so, I think that's what gravitated me towards your videos. It was like the let's talk about it. And I was like, oh, this is funny. And then you hit the switcheroo was like, it's serious. I was like, oh, okay. I see what he's doing here. He got the punchline to draw us in. And then it kind of just always made me want tacos. So then there's that.
Yeah. So, before I was doing Let's Talk About It, like I told you, I was doing skits and I was also streaming a lot on Twitch. Um, and one of the things I was doing during stream was I was cosplaying, and I enjoyed cosplaying. It was cool, but it took a lot out of me. And so I was constantly buying different suits. And so I bought that taco suit about a year before I did Let's Talk About It because I was just wearing it on Tuesdays in stream. I called it Taco Tuesday. Like I was doing all these different gimmicks. Like Monday was like Mystery Monday, Tuesday was Taco Tuesday, Wednesday was Wine Wednesday or Thirsty Thursday. Like I was just gimmick, you know how it is. You trying to gimmick your way to the top and shit. And so one day, when I was trying to think of something I could do, it came to me. I was like, bro, like I got a taco suit. Let's talk about it. I was like, I can keep that. I can continue to say it. I can continue to do it. It's a quick little punchline. And so I remember calling on my home, but I said, bro, I think I got it. He's like, oh, okay. I mean, let's see what happened. And so I told him like that day, I said, I'm gonna just keep doing it. I don't care if it gets a lot of views or no views. I'm just gonna keep doing it until that shit pop. And I remember the first game I did it with was Forspoken, and I like how people were, bashing that game or whatever, like in 2023 or 2022, somewhere in there. And I did it, and I just kept going with it and kept going with it, and it caught on. A lot of people now see me say, "Yo, let's talk about it," if they've seen my videos, and it's super catchy. Sometimes my family might say it to me every once in a while, and it's one of those things to where, like you said, it's just eye catching. And I've been told, by a few people, like, "Oh, maybe you should try doing videos without it because that might cause people to scroll." Or I've had people on YouTube comment, "Oh, that made me almost scroll," or whatever. But I found that right now, more than any time, it's okay to have that little bit of wabi sabi. It's okay to have that little bit of imperfection to add to your videos. A lot of videos are mundane and boring. And
Or
if
great.
me, if me saying this, yeah, if me saying this corny, especially in the tech space, if me saying this corny joke makes some people leave, cool. But for those who rock with it, are gonna rock with it, and eventually my tribe will come, and I just enjoy it. I feel unique. I feel like I have something that sets me apart. Right now, everybody has great looking videos. Everybody got a nice camera. Everybody got great B-roll. Everybody got all this stuff. And so just that one 3-second thing, I show it to people. Even at CES this past week, I was like showing people, hey, I might not have crazy numbers, but I do a series called Let's Talk About It, where I show a product and then you see me with my taco suit. And some people liked it, some people didn't. And so that was kinda how it came about. It started off as like a cosplay that I just repurposed, and then I just ran with it, and I keep it going, and I don't think I'll ever change it. I mean, at this point, I got my own song. My homeboy oh 06 Chris, shout out to homie. He's a rapper, and so he even made a song for me, like, that you hear in the background of my videos.
Yeah.
It's a complete brand now. Like, I got shirts, I got car, like, it's everywhere, and so
Okay.
my favorite taco. Appreciate it.
That's what got me hooked to the brand is the Let's Talk About It. And it's like,
Yeah.
we had communicated in other videos before, but that's the one, you know what I'm saying,
Mhm.
that locked me in.
It's fun, and so the other thing, is my taco combination. I like the Doritos tacos from, Taco Bell. Actually, funny enough, when I first got that taco suit, when I was doing Taco Tuesday, I had this stupid idea. I was gonna get a Doritos taco every day, and I was gonna eat that on string on my taco suit, and my community was like, "Nah, that's stupid, dog." And they was right, that shit was stu like, I think now where I'm at, I'm just grateful to have a direction, and I'm grateful to know where I wanna go because when I first started and when you first start this thing, you gonna just do a bunch of just gimmicky, stupid stuff because you just trying to make it. I'm like, "Oh, if I dress up, in these suits and string, everybody gonna come watch me because 'cause I'm standing out." And it's like, "Bro, yeah, but nah, you ain't gotta try that hard. You can be yourself."
No, I ain't gonna say I don't have a direction. I think leaning back into the pod might be one of the better directions because like you say, you do a sample size. I think I just hit popular on like all my platforms. Most of those videos is either me raging out or people want to hear what I'm talking about. Some of them are gameplay, like I done did some crazy trick shot, or I think I did a Madden game. I came back down like 21-0 with like a couple minutes left in the game, something crazy. But like most of them were for our age group and our demo, and I personally been trying to work out of that demo, is always what I'm talking about, not necessarily what I'm doing. So,
Think for you, the direction and the most important direction is whatever you like. Because you have to like what you're doing or you're gonna flame out. Um, and you probably experienced it. I've experienced it as somebody who was doing skits and dressing up and all this other shit. I flamed out because deep down it wasn't really what I wanted. It wasn't really me. I was just doing it because it was getting good views. And so for you, if podcasting is the route, podcast because when the numbers aren't there, you're still gonna enjoy it. If it's Madden, do Madden. Whatever it is, I think do what you like and continue to do what you like. And then after you do it consistently, you'll see results. Like for me, I'm making Let's Talk About It's about a bunch of different things. Some of it's gaming, some of it's gaming tech, some of it's handheld gaming, some of it's, and
I
I
see you
do that.
I see you branching that into so many different avenues just because w once you crack the initial ceiling, the glass ceiling of people liking you, you can branch it off into anything. Like, talk about it,
Yeah.
just drink about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so many different
But
avenues you
the
could take that.
but the reason, that I'm telling you this is because I this go round, probably say 2025, 2026, my goal is to do what I enjoy. And then I go back and I look at analytics. And I know I keep saying that, but I go back and look at analytics and I'll say, okay, in the last 90 days, what performed well? All right, this video of me talking about PS4 sucks did well. I'm not trying to be into console wars, so it did well. I'm not going to keep doing that. This video talking about, this new game that's coming at, okay, that did well, but I I can't keep talking about that game. I already did that. Okay, cool. This one about me talking about the PlayStation Portal. I like the PlayStation Portal. The community likes the PlayStation Portal. I can keep talking about this and not get tired. They seem to keep watching it. And now you see it's a marriage. So that's why I'm telling you, do things that you like, but you gotta stay consistent. I didn't see that until 90 days in. 90 days of posting every so I'm telling you, like, even though it's on the podcast, but like this me and you talking,
I know,
you do
it's
what
100,
you
it's all
like.
love.
Yeah, you do what you like, bro, for 90 days, and your direction is going to find you because you're gonna look through your videos. You're gonna say, shit, like this one thing that I really, really like, and one thing that y'all really, really like, I can keep doing stuff like that. And you're gonna always have flops. But I do think for you, I, right now, you should be pushing out as much as you can and then tweaking little things to see what kind of work. Like you already got, I looked at your page before I came on here. You got some good stuff on your TikTok. You got your Madden tutorial that did well. You got that Fortnite video that did well. I would start, like you said, doing more stuff like that or stuff like that that you like and just keep doing it. And then eventually you're gonna be like, okay, I see now that the things that I have the most fun doing are ABC. And then of ABC, my community really likes C. So I'm gonna do a little bit more of C, but I'm gonna keep A and B because that's keeping me sane. That makes sense. I know that's a lot of information.
No, that makes
And
perfect
that
sense.
and that's how you find your direction. Like for me, gaming and tech. I know damn well most of my community is there for video games, but I talk about tech because I just enjoy it. I did a video on a camera yesterday. My community don't give a fuck about no damn camera, but I give a fuck about a camera. It was fun. I loved it.
That camera video can what I've been learning and what I've been trying to do is take this is probably why I ain't gonna say haven't blown up, but minimal success. Is take one demo and apply it to another. Like Viagra was a heart medication and people used it for sex ED. So you know what I'm saying? I just try to take some of my themes and apply them to different people. Like your camera video, if I'm a glam girl, if I'm a vlogger chick, if I'm somebody like you need tech like videos like that. You need to see products like that. You know what I'm saying? And I always say it's too late once you see it in the store or on the TV commercial or, you know, in the stream ad, because at that point it's either too high, their influencer has already cornerstone the market, or or they already have seen that the product is gonna be a flop or success and they don't need or want you.
And again, like I said, like that's why I do stuff like that. It sometimes it's just for me and sometimes it's interesting. And I find that I keep saying it, but doing what you have interest in goes so much further than anything else because you might post 10 videos of your interest, 9 of them flop, but that one, a company might see you and be like, yo, Impulse, I like that you talked about A, B, C, X, Y, Z. I want to give you an opportunity. I don't give a fuck about your numbers. I saw your video. I like you. I want to work with you. And so you keep doing those things, your direction, I promise you, is gonna come, man. But I think we talked about it off air too. You was asking me like for some tips. I was like, bro, do what I'm doing. Post consistently. Just
That's really all. I
that's
wrote
all it
down the
is.
list.
All it is, bro.
I'll tell you off record, but I did write down the
Yeah,
list.
I got to start wrapping up too, cause work. I'm at work too.
I wrote down the list and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be like these people and I'm gonna see how I look at the end of the year. But we got a couple questions and then we can wrap it up. In 5 years, gaming will be ran by what's profitable or what gamers like.
It's always gonna be profit. Profit is always gonna run the world. It ain't gonna never change. So gaming is one of those niches where profit versus passion is still a good balance. If you like profitable stuff, you can play AAA games. If you like passion, you can literally go on Steam and find hella passion projects or go on the internet and find hella like it's not like other niches, I think, where you have to look really hard for this stuff. Gaming is in a great place because we have both. Like, if you are somebody who just cares about passion, you can literally go on Steam, you can go to PAX, you can go on YouTube, TikTok, and find so many small, passionable games. So I think as long as we have those triple A's and those double A's and all this stuff readily available, we're fine. Profit is there for triple A people, but I mean, who cares? It's triple A.
Last question, and I always ask the people, and I give it to my guests. Ask and post anything you want. Ask me anything. Everything is on the table. This is more so not only for myself, for my community, your community, just to get a different insight of the host. And people only see me as snapshots, so I try to package it a different way, and I use the creators I respect to get that message out. So, what would you
Yeah,
like to
man.
ask?
What is the one thing that you enjoy? I hear you talk about different things in the content space, but like whose Impulse's I guess favorite thing, or what's Impulse's favorite thing, or who is Impulse? Like what do you enjoy?
I love movies, bro. I don't even gotta if I really wanna talk movies, I'll research it, but I love movies, 80s, 90s, 70s, screenplays, direction, marketing. I always tell people by the time you see a movie trailer, I can tell you if it's ass, and they be like, "Well, you don't like anything." It's like, "Nah, see, what you didn't pay attention to is this director showed up drunk to the set for 6 months."
Mm.
So, like, I really love movies, bro. That's kinda how I got onto this content space. I was like, people watch TV, people watch movies, and this was, like, before Netflix became Netflix. So, that's just how I kinda got into it, is just to talk movies and talk TV and really entertainment with my friends and kinda educate people. Uh, One creator who I really, really, really admired and on this march to get here was Emergency Awesome, and New Rockstar. So I try to be like them a little bit, but different teams, different budgets. So I think that's what I really love, and I think I wish more people could see that. I probably need to do a better job of presenting it.
I was gonna say, is that something that you just kinda wanna preserve for offline? Because I know sometimes we have passions that we don't really wanna bring online.
No, I've actually did a lot of movie reviews, and I'm kinda getting back into it. I'm actually restarting my series I started last year, behind the scenes. There's, like, where I take one scene and I break down the entire life of the project because, like, you can really take one scene from a series and tell the whole story, I believe. So,
Okay.
I'm bringing that back, but, it's not really reserved. It's just, like, how I wanna present and tell my stories. I don't know exactly how to do that like the people I've seen yet. Like I said, the Emergency Awesomes, the new rock stars, behind the scenes, different people who probably got relationships to get certain footage and things like out there. So, but 2026 is just y'all gonna see more of that and maybe less
Yeah,
gameplay
yeah.
because
You
I
gotta
love
start from
movies.
somewhere. My boy, the movie guy I know is Straw Hat Goofy. And, he just started talking about random shit and then random movies, and before he knew it, he get
Be on
hella
the red
places.
carpet.
I mean,
I
it's
love this y'all had.
yeah, it starts off with you just talking about something, and that Straw Hat is somebody, like you said, even though we're in different niches, he's somebody that I'm looking up to because him and, like, people like Keith Lee, they inspire me to say, "Okay, if they can just talk about their passion, which was food and movies, and just keep talking about it, then I can talk about, no pun intended. I can talk about any game or whatever, and then eventually my passion kind of shines through. And so that's what I've always kind of mimicked my stuff after is just talking about what you enjoy and then letting everything else kind of fall where it fall. I mean, I think you definitely like even though you say you don't got like the same resources, bro, you if you got the knowledge that you say you got, and then I just heard and that little snippet of like knowing the behind the scenes and knowing how to break that, man, that stuff you never it might pop off crazy because it's natural and you know so much.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even gotta really try to put time into it. So I appreciate you, brother. And maybe I'll lean into that more and just, go off the cuff, raw dog it.
Yeah.
But we ain't gonna hold up too much more of your time. I thank you for pulling up to the Impulse Lab. My community thanks you.
Yes,
Hopefully
sir.
your community will like seeing this side of you as well.
Yeah, man.
This is gonna be up on Apple, Spotify, and Patreon. So thank you,
Yeah.
brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
No problem, no problem.